Welcome to PubMed, a simple search, presented by the Reference and Educational Services of the Moody Medical Library. My name is Janet Burke, and I will be your presenter today. Here's our question. In a young man, a young baseball player with a recent repair for rotator cuff injury, which rehabilitation method is more effective? Immobilization with delayed exercise and physical therapy, or early exercise and physical therapy? Let's use the PICO format. Remember, P is the patient or problem, I is the intervention, C is the comparison, O for outcome, and you might even throw in study design. So presenting our question in PICO format. Our patient or problem is a young baseball player with a recent repair for rotator cuff injury. Our intervention, immobilization with delayed exercise physical therapy. Our comparison is early exercise and physical therapy. Our outcome is to regain strength and range of motion. So let's break our question into topics. Anytime I do this, I always write down my question, and then I take a pencil and piece of paper, and I just write down and start writing ideas to get me started, to get me thinking. I think, and what I'm going to approach is rotator cuff injury, rotator cuff repair, immobilization, exercise, physical therapy, rehabilitation. Those are the places I'm going to start. I also find it helpful to group these things into similar topics or similar ideas. Here's what I'm thinking. I think rotator cuff injury, rotator cuff repair are similar ideas. Immobilization, an idea by itself. Exercise is similar to physical therapy, is similar to rehabilitation. And again, just grouping these things helps keep similar ideas together, which is really helpful later on when you start combining. A quick explanation of connectors. Most databases require some use of connectors. Connectors are a way to mean relationships between sets of search terms. For example, rotator cuff injury using OR means it's similar to rotator cuff repair. It literally means I can type in rotator cuff injury, and if I connect it by OR to rotator cuff repair, means either of those sets can exist. Either of those search terms can live. Exactly the opposite. And means all of the search terms must be located. For example, rotator cuff repair, rotator cuff injury, and immobilization means I have to find both terms. Ready, set, let's search PubMed. Let's always use PubMed from the library's homepage. There's software embedded on that link that helps identify you as part of the UTM population and will give you access to more full text. The library has reserved the URL library.utmb.edu so that as a URL for meaning the library homepage, so you can type that in on any browser and get to the library homepage. First topic, rotator cuff injury. This is what PubMed typically looks like. To begin searching, I'll type my terms in the white search box and then click the search button to complete. And if you notice, I've already typed rotator cuff injury in. And I'm going to click search to run those terms against the database, where I can find articles with rotator cuff injury. And I did, more than 4,000 articles. Our second topic, rotator cuff repair. Again, I will type that in the white search box. Click the search button and continue on. Now, because rotator cuff injury and rotator cuff repair are similar topics, I like to go in and deal with that connection or establishing that connection early. So to do so, click the Advanced option under the search, which takes you to the PubMed Advanced Search Builder. My search history shows that I've searched rotator cuff injury. I've also searched rotator cuff repair. If I click the Add, then beside each of those topics, then I will move that into Search Builder so I can do something with it. Here's my page where I've added rotator cuff repair and added rotator cuff injury, selected the down arrow and selected the OR connector to mean either of the terms can exist. Now I'm ready to click complete and run that search in the database. Here are my results using OR. Either term can be present. Our next term, immobilization. I've typed immobilization in the PubMed search box. I'm click search. Next, let's type in exercise, physical therapy, rehabilitation. I've searched each term independently. I'm ready to combine. I'll click advanced. Here's my full set of history. I click the add beside exercise. I click the add beside physical therapy. I click the add beside rehabilitation. Then I combine those with OR by clicking the down arrow to the left of all fields. Once I've done that, I'm ready to click the search button to run that search in PubMed. Here are my results for all the topics combined with OR. I've combined exercise or physical therapy or rehabilitation into one large set and have a lot of articles that I might be interested in. But when we combine everything with AND, that's going to narrow down because it means something of those topics must exist. I have a set with rotator cuff repair or rotator cuff injury, which if you look down on the numbers, that's number 3. So I've added that to my search builder. I've added number 4, immobilization, to my search builder. I've added my set with exercise or physical therapy or rehabilitation, which is number 8, to my search builder. And this time I want AND with each condition because I want rotator cuff repair or mobilization or exercise, any of those to exist. If I click search to complete, look what I have now. I've just got this nice list of the first 20 articles, but what do I really have? I think I want to see more. So if I want to see more about the articles, I can slide up to the summary option, click the down arrow, select abstract to get this from PubMed, which gives me the abstract, tells me more about the article, and provides me with a Find It at UTMB button to get full text through the Moody Medical Library. So if I click the full, and if I decide I want to read article number 1, knowing the speed limit, if I click that Find It UTMB button, when this page opens up, usually I will get offered full text on the left-hand side of the page. Look for a PDF, but somewhere on that page is going to be something about the article. And if that's too confusing or too frustrating, I always have the option to use a Via Iliad link at no charge. So here's a search hint for you. Previously, we were looking for other terms. However, there are conditions, there are times when you want an exact phrase. If I wanted to look for articles containing only passive motion in exactly that order, in exactly that tense, I would enclose that phrase in quotations to find any article that dealt with passive motion. Here's my set of search results. If you notice, I've got 1,140 some odd articles. I can combine that with rotator cuff injury to get a totally new set of articles. And here's my set of only 42 that I can consider using exact quotation, exactly found passive motion. Reminder, break your search question into topics. Search one topic at a time. Combine similar topics with OR. When all topics must exist, combine with AND. Use the Find It at UTMB to get full text when available. If you have questions, ask us, chat with us by email or email us, call us, text us, come into the library and meet us. We're here to help, so let us do our jobs. Thank you.